and welcome back to a new video. As you've seen in this title, this week I am making a logo for my friend Anne. If you don't know Anne is a very good friend of mine. Our history goes way back as we went to high school together, and we especially grew up doing a lot of sports with each other. I reconnected with her not too long ago for one of her very own entrepreneurial projects. She asked me, "Ro, could you make a logo for my future project?" And I answered, "No, but I have some friends that could make one for you." The imposter syndrome came in real quick, and maybe some of my avoidance traits too. But recently, I've been obsessed with making monograms. And I was like, well, if I can't make her a logo for her future company, well, let's make her a very freaking cool monogram to represent her own personal brand. As I've mentioned in my previous video, I've learned and I think that personal brands are very underrated. Although I am not sponsored by any website brands, I would urge you to go make one for yourself. It's a time and money investment that you won't regret. Alright, now let's get on with the video. I started out by sketching out a few ideas that I already had in mind, and by putting them on paper, it was really useful to explore different concepts. This is the first step of the project, and it's a great step for me to put my ideas down on paper. After selecting the final designs, I went over to Procreate to clean up the sketches. This was probably one of the longest parts as my ideas were still changing from the original sketches. It's also a great step for me to check out the balance of the design by flipping it around, for example, understanding the weight of each of the different letters, making sure that it's very readable. Making the outline pretty much close to perfection is important to me in this step because when I go into Illustrator for the final step of this design, I want to take out the guessing work out of it. You'll see that for one of the logos, I first started into Photoshop. That is because I didn't realize that you couldn't export a logo file from Photoshop as a vector file, and I decided to use Illustrator. It was a very simple way to translate my skills from Photoshop as it was the first time that I was using it. It was really cool to see how my designs were starting to take their own lives, and I was starting to get closer to the final designs. I played around with composition and colors to make sure that the contrast was high enough, and for this design I came across a color combination really quickly. I chose a tint of green that made it professional yet nature-like and playful, as Anne is exactly this way, at least I find. I've enjoyed every single design. I think that the first one is really cool because it has a classy, very traditional vibe while including some traditional calligraphy. The second one changed along the line, but I love how it combines the idea of the moon and the mountain, and once again Anne is very connected to nature. And it also looks like a fox. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I think it looks like a fox, and I think that's also very cool. And then the last design, it's a bit more funky, a bit more abstract, but I really love, again, how it combines traits of nature and her own initials. So that's it, let's get on with her reaction. I'm very curious to see which one that she preferred. I don't know if you remember, but you asked me not too long ago if I could make a logo for your business.
No way you did that?
And I said no, but what I decided to do is create you a logo for your personal brand. So That's it, that's what we're reacting to today.
Ooh. All right, very elegant, I like it. Oh. All right, I can see the A and the G.
A and G.
Wow. I like it. So intriguing.
So there it is. Here are the final designs. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think they all represent Anne in different ways, and they could definitely work for a personal brand. I meant to create a corporate logo almost, meaning a professional, vibrant, youthful, playful, but serious enough to represent someone working in a professional field or for a professional brand. So that's it for me. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.